Hello, hello, folks. AJ, the CEO here. I hope you are doing well. We're here like we try to do every Friday, and we come here to try and answer any questions that you got about media ministry. I don't know everything, folks, but hopefully I make it a little bit easier for you. Let me, I'm waiting for this to catch up so I can just check audio right now. I'm a little tired. Get to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning. We were working on a bunch of stuff, new intros. That skit that I did, I actually did that this morning. All right, I sound fine on here. But anyway, I hope y'all like that. And I just thought while I was doing this, I didn't update the Patreon and YouTube members. So my apologies. That is not updated. But again, Thank you so much. I hope y'all like that intro. For whatever reason, that was a template that I got from Envato Elements, and my computer, this one, choked on it. I don't know why, because, well, I know why, because After Effects is not optimized for the PC, so I ran it on my Mac. It took about like a hour and a half, so I finished that up this morning. But and I think I need a new seat because I know I'm sitting up and it looks like I'm really low in here. But anyway, folks, enough of me blabbing. AJ the CEO, thank you so much for stopping by. If I don't get a chance to get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to get back to you. Please do not send me a Facebook message. I rarely check those. Don't send me Instagram comments and all this other stuff. I try and funnel everybody into my email. So if you've done that and I didn't respond, that would be the reason why I rarely check that stuff. What else am I forgetting? Hey, if you're not a part of the Facebook group, we're over 3,000 folks. If you're not a part of that, go ahead and go to Facebook. Go to, and excuse me, I just realized in my intro, I didn't have modern. I only had Media Ministry Made Easy, so I'm going to have to go edit that again. Anyway, make sure you go to the Facebook group. All you got to do is go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, answer the 3 questions, and you are in there. And the reason that is important is we have our roundtable coming up this Sunday, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is where we just have like a more condensed, private, I don't want to say private, but more just a place that we can talk. We ain't got to worry about certain things. It's just meant to come into the gates, drop your armor off, and you're talking with fellow people in the battle just like you. We talk about all types of stuff, funny stuff, serious stuff, all this other stuff. These are the conversations that we need to have with the with media ministry and ministry in general. I've had a lot of stuff I've been wanting to do. I'm still trying to play catch up on a bunch of videos that I'm behind on, as well as the podcast. And there's a bunch of things that I am working on. Like one of the topics of a video that I have working, and hopefully maybe this collaboration will come through. But the video is going to be called, well, I'll give you the tagline of it. By the end of this video, you'll know if your church has an expiration date, or something like that. So real interesting. And also, before I start shouting out some folks, if you need some additional help, know that you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations, book something with me, phone call, Zoom, Google Meet, on-site. This is how I funnel everything through, folks. I work off my calendar. So if somebody tries to call me off the blue or send me an email, I've had people say, hey, could you give me a call? I really can't do that. I did call somebody back today because they just happened to be right here, right when I was sitting in front of my computer, but that's very rare. The easiest thing is you need some time with me, go ahead and book that, and that's about it. Let me get my comments up here. Let me go ahead and I thought it said the mic is way low, and it said the Mac is way to go. But anyway, let's holler at some folks here. G. Albert, hello, good morning. Parker, hello. Macedonia Baptist Church, hello. Reverend Richard, hey, how are you doing? And Reverend Richard, I have to tell you, I did not get the contract in Atlanta, so I won't be down there anytime soon unless I hear back from somebody else, but I'll let y'all know about that. Norm, hello. Camille, and sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, hello. Dana, hello. Monty, what is going on? Brother Art, what's going on? And I keep adjusting this mic. It looks like it keeps falling on me. Let's see. Chaplain Leroy, hello. Chanel, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Hello. Mike from Canada, what's going on? John Cook, hello. Brian, hello. Mitch Roy, hey, how you doing? Mr. Clarence, how you doing, sir? Bruce from Texas, hey. Keith, hello. All right, so let's go ahead and cycle around, folks, and got a light cast of folks, but hey, we're still gonna work with what we got because we are here to help y'all. So again, to make it easier for me to track everything, and it really looks like I am really leaning back. I'm actually not. I'm sitting the exact same way I normally do. But anyway, to make it easier for me to pick out your questions, folks, please start it with a Q. That way I can see it jump out very easily in here. All right, so let's go here. Leroy, good morning, AJ. In using a chroma key for your background, would you use Blackmagic's ATEM, Worship Extreme Presenter, or Restream's Chrome key feature? Honestly, you can use either one. I wouldn't use Restream just because I don't use it that way. I would, and technically I wouldn't use Presenter. But again, I guess what are you trying to use? If you're just trying to have like a green screen, like if I had a green screen right now, like I used to do, and replace my background, I would do that inside the ATEM. But is the question, what source is gonna be chroma keyed, or what item am I gonna use to chroma key? Which one is it? Let me know. That'll help me better answer that question. Let's see. Janelle, again, my apologies if I'm saying your name wrong. How do you separate your graphics using a background on lyrics from the lyrics presented on the live stream in ProPresenter? Well, that all depends on how you set them all up. So, like, for example, if I come over here to ProPresenter right now, I have two inputs right now. I have one that's doing a full screen with that red bars, and then I also have another one that just does lower thirds. So, like, for example, if I'll just do scripture, which reminds me, me and my girlfriend are reading through the Bible from beginning to end again, and I didn't finish reading last night, so I need to finish that and then start today. That just made me sit back and think I need to do scripture. So first, let's go ahead and change this layout to full screen. So right now, if I click on this, it shows this full screen. So if I switch over to that output right now, see, it does this. That is my output. Now, ProPresenter, I have multiple monitors set up, but if I go to my other output, it is also at the same time doing this. It's doing it in a lower third format. Now, back to one of the questions, I actually use this as a DSK. So like right now, if I go here, like if I was inside the church, this is what everybody would see, right? But if I turn on my DSK, see, I have this going on at the same time. So if I switch back, as you can see, they're both going on at the same time. That is a setting, and we talked about that. So hopefully I could do a quick run through of that. So first, you have to come in here to your screens. You need to have separate screens set up. So as you can see, I have one that does lower thirds. Then I have one that is a full screen. That's what I have. I do have a third one. I'm not using that one right now. But these are the two that I have set up. Now, inside of here, you have your looks or views, whichever one they call them. I think they're called looks. Yeah, they're looks. So inside of here, I have one called lower thirds. When I do that look, what that does is under the lower third screen that I have going to the ATEM, it does not show messages. It doesn't show props. It doesn't show announcements. It only shows slides, but it converts it to a lower third format. But for full screen, it shows everything except for video input. That's how I set that. So that first I'm at the lower thirds layout, and then it shows that way. It shows different layouts for either one. Now I do have another look called full screen where it just shows the same thing for everything. So like, for example, if I come in here and change this to my full screen, if I go to input number 7, we see this. If I go to the other one that's for the ATEM, wrong screen I picked, it's showing the same thing. So both of these are two separate screens, but it's all driven by the looks. So if I change this back to lower thirds and go to here, see, it's like that. Now I'm gonna keep this up so you can see what I'm actually doing here. So this is the lower thirds format, but if I change this to full screen, see, it changes it to this. That is all powered by the look, layout, and the screen configuration inside of ProPresenter. So hopefully that helps you. All right, and I got my screens all over the place so I can see my questions here. All right, I got you there. Let's see. Chaplain Leroy, did you just finish making I Don't Own the Rights? The deaf, dumb, one-eyed, and crazy should be able to get the point now. Yeah, I actually made that like at around like 1:30 in the morning, and I posted everything, and then I made it go live around like 8:30 or 9 or something this morning. Yeah, I hope that helps. If you haven't seen that, I mean, shameless plug. I thought it was funny for me. That's just me. I have people say, AJ, who are you making these jokes for? They're for me. It's to entertain me. If other people like it, that's great. But I think it was funny because that's how I feel when people say that stuff. But anyway, also to Brian, regarding the I don't own the rights, did you consider adding information about song royalties? I imagine it might complicate the discussion. Well, that is changing a bit now that YouTube is actually doing music. You can actually be a part of that and pay into that. And there's this thing now that YouTube has rolled out to where the artist and YouTube partner. So instead of you getting a copyright claim, and they just take all the royalties or your ad revenue, if you're even getting that goes to them. It's now shared. No, I have not talked about it that much because I don't recall seeing that many gospel artists actually being listed in that stuff. Give me a second. Let me actually open this up and see if I can find where that is so I can kind of show you some of that. So that's creator music. All right, so let me show you. This is what I'm talking about here. So this is the creator music, bring your videos to life, blah, blah, blah. More tracks at no charge. Licenses protect your videos, revenue sharing with no upfront cost, all this other stuff. Now, let's say I accept it. I'm not going to use this because I already use Epidemic Sound for my music. So the way this works is your next purchase is up to $15 is on us. See, I'm not going to use any of this. You can use free tracks, and these are some songs that you can partner with. And normally, if you try to post this stuff directly, you'd get hit. But other ones, you have revenue sharing with these folks. These ones are free, so you can use that, and then you won't get hit at all. But again, I think the main issue for me when it comes to stuff like this, especially with YouTube, a lot of this is not going to be like gospel or Christian music or anything like that. So like, for example, let's see, like even their genres, let's see if they have anything. No. Oh, wait a minute, Christian gospel. Let's see what's covered under here. And some of these, I'm just going to be honest, I've never heard of them. So I could be wrong. So again, just correct me because I don't know every gospel artist there is out there. But I'm not seeing, anything that I would immediately jump to, like a Darwin Hobbs or an Israel or something like that. I mean, it may be there in the future, but I'm not seeing anything. Like even for their free songs, they got 2. So I don't know. But that's what it is. And yes, that would complicate some stuff, but we have to educate ourselves on that stuff. And that's the reason why I did that video, because people, if you watch that video, again, the premise of it is I want to teach people that because it's a false sense of security if you think that that's going to protect you. And like, it's funny, right after I did that, let me actually show this, because like literally right after I posted that video, see, I got a copyright claim on a video that I did like 3 years ago, and this came up. Now, the funny thing about this is this song that I got hit with, I have the license for this song. This is actually the company that does the song, and it was actually for a live stream test. Nobody even watched it. But anyway, the whole thing, I got hit with a copyright with it, even though I had a license for it. So I was protected. It's already been disputed that I already had a license for it and things like that. So I'm just wondering, if you didn't have this, where would you stand? So that's why I'm glad I do have something in place. But it's just ironic that right after I talked about this, I got hit with something similar. Bruce, the wife and I bought a switch and an RF filter for our over-the-air TV antenna, some dresses, your book, and other stuff. I cannot recall right now. Oh, when I was talking about what did y'all get on Prime Day. And again, we still are working. I've been so busy with other stuff. I'm kind of beating myself up because I've been meaning to sit down and every day write 2 more chapters in the book. I got like 12 left. And then I got to proofread it and make sure the flow is completely different, because this is something I've dragged out for 2 years. So the flow is not the same, but we're working through it. And I might have to do a revision. The main thing, I need to get it out. So we'll be on that. That's just referencing the second book. Mitch Roy, a few weeks ago, I asked the question of how to adjust the color on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K GT, and you helped. But once I connected the camera to the ATEM, the color changed. I found out that the color settings need to be set on the ATEM itself for it to work, not the camera. My team and I joked about it all Saturday. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it sorted out. Thank you so much. This is where that comment I was talking about. The Mac is the way to go. Yeah, I use the Mac for After Effects because my computer here is way more powerful, but for whatever reason, After Effects is not. It's not set up properly to leverage the PC like it is the Mac. So I'll be doing After Effects on that. Keith, good morning, AJ. I'm still waiting for you to get back to me. Yeah, I thought I sent that. You know what? I'll make sure. Let me actually bring that email up right now. My apologies. I thought I sent that out. Again, Keith, my bad. I will promise you I will write into this right now once we're done with the live stream. So my apologies. Philip Paul, hello. Preston, good point. Your video is timely. How do we support churches in doing it the right way? Lots of free-to-use content are available online. I suppose we need to use resource links. Yeah, you do. And it's just one of those things. It's about really educating ourselves. I mean, we got thrown into this stuff. It's a lot of tech that is always changing all the time. And a lot of people don't know, especially platforms like mine, Black Bar, Churchfront, all this other stuff. We try to educate on the importance of the things that are changing, because a lot of us, we're volunteers or voluntoles. We don't have our ear to the ground, and I hope that this is what this forum will actually do, is to bring y'all's attention to stuff. And again, I'm playing around with this stuff all the time, but I still don't even know everything because it's just changing so fast. But just think about those churches who are still with their phone, their iPad. They are thrown into the stuff just to live stream, and they're doing this stuff just hearing other people, believing that to be true when it's not true. Like I think I had to play for Rise in Mount Zion last Sunday, and it was funny. I ain't shaming them. I'm just gonna call it out. Well, it's the truth. So, like for example, if I come over here to my page here, and where is it at? Yeah, so this is where I was playing at Rise in Mount Zion. Now, Rise in Mount Zion, if y'all watching, don't be mad at me, but this is the stuff we're talking about. So if I scroll down, because I sent them a message saying the same thing about this. If I go to one of their earlier videos, that we have to be mindful that that's the point I'm trying to say. That does not do anything. All right. And it's about educating everybody. And now the thing is, when they asked me to play, I brought that up. And as you can see, that does not exist anymore. So I think like Reverend Richard, you were saying this, like that's normally in your defaults that it always shows up. Please remove that. Please. If y'all are doing that, please remove that. It doesn't do anything. But again, that's why I hope what I do here actually is helping to teach some of this stuff. Because again, we cannot We should not do that stuff. And like somebody said, it is stealing. Let's see. You know who I am. Good morning, AJ, the doppelganger. Hey, AJ. Any thoughts on the Soundcraft UI16 and how does it compare to the Behringer XR13 audio-wise and preamp? Honestly, I have not worked with that, so I can't really speak to it. But let me see. The UI16. I think I know a church that actually has used this. I think. Let me see. Let's get some better pictures in here. Well, I would think the first thing is just the amount of inputs, because the XR18 has 18, I believe. Yeah, it was who? I know somebody that's using this. Was that First Baptist Church of South Lynchburg? It's somebody that's using this. I mean, a version of this. I mean, technically, I would think, I haven't had my hands on it, but I mean, you can't, I mean, I guess you can mess up the audio, but I think it should be pretty decent. I need to see what the price of this is. Ooh, that's $550. I don't know. I might think about buying one, especially at that price, and just see what that is. You never know. That might be a next go-to. Thank you for that. I will bookmark that, and I need to look into that. Maybe if I can get Soundcraft to send me one, maybe I can test it out. G. Albert Hill. Do you know if there is an NDI-ish camera link between the Blackmagic Television Studio HD and the Blackmagic camera? No, I am not aware of one. There are standalone devices that can interpret an NDI feed and output it to HDMI, but the lowest I think I've seen those is around like $300 and some. Let me see. That's in Google Chrome did an update where it opens a tab and uses AI to give you a search, which I mean, yeah, I guess that's cool. It just throws me off when I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to find NDI. All right, so I think here's one. It says it's by Bird Dog. Let's see. So this is not as expensive as I thought. This is an NDI player. Add a convenient, compact video player to your NDI network with Play NDI. The player is designed to automatically take all NDI feeds on your network and display them in a standard set-top box thumbnail view, which allows... I just lost where I was at. Which allows you to set and play any video on your internet network up to on it. So yeah, I guess this will work. So this, if you were sending NDI here, add another $150, and then I guess that would output HDMI of that feed to whatever. So, interesting. You learn something every day. I will put a link to that here. Again, I have not used this, so test at your own risk. But that's kind of cool. It's not because those used to be more expensive, but 150 is not bad. Back to Urban Leroy. Would be using chroma key for a green screen, not a certain background image. Want to use a moving background. Then what you would do is do a green screen. Can I do it? Hold on. Let me grab one, and we'll just test this out here. I gotta unplug my headphones real quick. Hold on. All right. So if I scoot up here, so it takes up the whole shot for the most part. All right. So this is my green screen. So let's go ahead and bring up a few things first. Let's come over here. I'm going to get rid of the slides, and this is only going to play this background. So if I show that, see, it's just playing that. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is go over here to our ATEM software. And first, I want to get rid of this green so that the image behind me shows through. So first, let's go. That is going to be an upstream key. So I'm going to go here to upstream number. Let's actually do number 4. And then we do chroma. What is my source? In other words, what is the source of that has the green on it? That is going to be my front camera here. And I want to sample the green in here. So you can see I'm going to make this bigger so I can pick somewhere in this screen to where my green is. So I'm going to get this upper left-hand corner or right here, and you see the green coming from here. All right. So now, with that being said, I should only have to turn on the on air or the key to use that. So what we're going to do now is pick my background. So we got this, and now I'm going to turn on that key. And there we go. So as you can see, you see the light going through here. So that's how you see it. But we need to dial that in a little bit. So if I cut back over here and turn this off, we need to turn that up a little bit. And actually, let me turn that back on. And I'm just playing around with these settings right here to try and dial that in. So let's go back here. Let's open this back up. And I am using the foreground slider. As you can see, that is not doing anything. That's doing the opposite. So if I change background, let's crank that up. If I do it too much, see it's starting to erase my chair and then erase me. So I'm bringing that background down some. That's good. And then my key edge is another slider that I'm working with to try and get this in. So that looks good, but as you can see, my chair is still kind of doing this. And if I move too much, you'll see the green in my hands. There's also a spill correction. So if I play around with that some, you see it's gotten rid of that overlay in the green a little bit more. And then we also have a flare suppression. That doesn't help me that much. And then we also have some color adjustments, masking, and all this other stuff. So again, if I wanted to do this, if I change my background to something else here in ProPresenter or whatever to input, I mean, I could do a video behind me, whatever. So if I change it to this, you know, we got this, then that actually looks like a Final Fantasy boss with the ring around the head or something like that. But then we got other stuff here, you know, and we can do that. We can reposition this again. So if I come in here and change this to a flying window, you see I can change the location. Let's move this down to -2. Let's change the size to 0.4. And I want to slide this over. And let's bring this down some more. And I used to do this all the time. And let's crop the blemish you see right here, the light that's being bounced off of here. So I can do a mask on here, and I want to go from the left. That's too much. -4, -10, -10.5. See, it's still getting that blemish in here, but you see that what you can do, and that's with the green screen, and it didn't loop my background for whatever reason. Let me pick another one here. So you could do this, or I'm playing video games or whatever. Now, I'll just show you how we can switch this. If I come in here to the ATEM and I want to change this to my computer desktop, it's just as easy. I can come here and change the background, and now you can see me do all of this stuff. And so these are the settings I was playing around with. And let me change this to -12. Oop, I did the wrong thing. Well, actually, that works better too. So I don't have to worry about cutting that off. I can cut off the mic antenna here. But anyway, hopefully that works. Shows you how all that good stuff works for you, and you can do that, and pretty good. And I'll put a link, and I still got the lower third. I mean, not lower third, but the stuff on here, so I can turn it off. And if y'all like this, this actually was a very decent screen that I got from Amazon. I'll put a link to it if I can find it on here as well. Next question here. This is real subjective. Best audio interface for a church. I mean, whichever the one that you can afford. I actually have one for a church behind me. It was for Runnymede. I haven't had a chance to get back with them. I haven't heard back from them. I have to move their cables in the ceiling. But this was like $20, something like this. Doesn't require, I mean, it does require power, but not external power. It is the M Audio one, and it gives one interface. I can plug in XLR or 1/4 inch, and then it gives output for monitors locally if you wanted to, or USB out. I mean, this has worked fine for me, and I was going to pair this with a computer that they were using for their Zoom calls and stuff like that. So it was there, real straightforward. But again, I mean, I need to find a link to that. And I can tell you exactly how much that cost. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking through my order history. But folks, I haven't said it. I've been posting it a couple of times. If you haven't, hit the like button, please. If you like what I'm doing, all I'm asking is you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that helps tell YouTube to push this stuff out to more people. So I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, the price went up on this, but still not a bad price in comparison. So that's around like $49. So pretty decent. You could get a 2 mic input one if you want to, that, and you pairing it with an audio system that doesn't have like a output, a digital output, something like this is pretty decent. And that's what I've used a couple of times, and I'm getting ready to use this again for Runnymede Holiness Church. Audio interface. So I'll put a link down there if anybody is interested in one of those. Let me see where we're at. Streets of Destiny. With ProPresenter, do you need physical connection cables for each output? No, you do not. ProPresenter gives you the option compared to Presenter. It actually gives you outputs that you can make. So like I can come in here and do screens, and I can make new screens, whether they be physical. These are all my physical connections, 5 monitors. I have my DeckLink, this internal card, or I can make NDI ones. So no, you do not have to have a physical screen. You can use NDI ones. G. Albert, my Mac Mini has been under the weather for a while. I purchased your OBS Studio pack a few weeks ago. Is it still available for me to access next week? You need to, if you haven't, just send me an email and I'll send you an updated link. Typically, it only lasts for 24 hours, but just send me an email and I can generate another one for you. Keith, hey, what is going on? Brian, can we still purchase the upcoming book to support? Yes, you can. I need to put it up. Amazon hit me for a taking down the pre-order. So I think enough time has elapsed. I'm going to put that back up. Or if anything, I might actually just put it on my website and just leave that funds there, and then I'll buy it. Because I still have the list of everybody who's bought it, who paid originally for it, which I really appreciate. And thankfully, I thank y'all so much for those who've been patient with me. I've told them I'm open if people want their money back. So if I jump all the way down here, so I still have all these great folks here that have bought it originally here. So I'm still gonna get a hard copy to them, autographed, and send that to them. I still have all that information for them. And That's when I did have it on my website, but then my website got hacked. I moved away from WordPress and all this other stuff. But I will put something up in place so that you can do that. So, like, for example, what we'll do most likely, it'll be on AJaytheCEO.com. And I was going to say, what in the world? Books. It will be listed. What in the world? That's not right. I need to fix that page. So, so there's more work that I have to do. Let me take that page down. That is not right. It would be listed on there. I don't know why that page is doing that. So let me actually take that page offline so that doesn't show until we can get that fixed. But yeah, it will be on the website, so you can do that. Let me see where we're at. Mona Nia. Hey, good morning. Nice name. John. Maybe you already answered this question, but do you have a release date on the second edition book that you're writing? Honestly, I need it to be done this year. I want it to be done, me finish writing everything this month, and then hopefully it's in November, the first week in December. All depends on Amazon Kindle and all that other stuff, but it needs to be done this year because it's 2 years behind, delayed. So we're working on that. Philip Paul, question: How can reset my keyboard keys on my laptop? What do you mean reset your keyboard keys? I don't understand that question. What do you mean by reset your keyboard keys? Broke Citizen, still love that name. Hey AJ, how's it been going? Been busy preparing for a new addition to the family in 2 weeks. Well, congratulations. Everything is going well. Doyle Ministries. Good morning, sir. Are you using the OBS bot with your ATEM? If so, how are you connected? Currently, I am not. It is actually right here. And it actually has an HDMI out. This is another video that I have been procrastinating on finishing and redoing because it didn't come out the way I really wanted to. It has a direct HDMI out, so I can just connect to it that way. So works very well for me. And normally it was replacing this camera. I was dabbling with it, but it doesn't give me the look that I really like. I might put this upstairs when I want to actually do some stuff, but because it does have NDI, I could do something like that. So I've been meaning to play with this and the Go Stream and do some other stuff. I can't get my audio from my PlayStation to go to that. So I'm going to try a different one to see if I can work around to get some audio. Because some people have asked me with the Go Stream, they've had some issues with long-term streaming. So I want to set it up to like do a gaming session on my old Sir Triggerlot YouTube channel but use that as a test and do for gaming because I don't want to do gaming content on here. But I want to test that out as well, and I'll probably link to it. And that's what I'll probably use for that. Michael, hey, good morning to you as well. And back to Brooks Simpson, they're saying, hey, AJ, Sienna Link makes a software that monitors NDI. I think it's 99. Okay, I will look into that as well, too. Kenyon, hey, AJ, I have 2 cameras, 2 capture cards, laptop, and USB dock mobile rig. Use OBS to live stream. Looking at the Stream Deck for workflow, also an ATEM. Can only get one right now. Any thoughts? ATEM. ATEM. All day long. The Stream Deck, well, are you talking about, well, I'm saying the Stream Deck as in like the programmable keys. That's not the same thing. If you want to stick with OBS, get the Stream Deck. That would help simplify. That's how I'm doing my stuff and running this right now because it can work. I use this for Pro Presenter, OBS, vMix. Obviously, you see me using it, DaVinci Resolve. You can use that for any program. And you can use it with the ATEM if you use Companion app, a secondary one. But it all depends your flow. honestly, if you had an ATEM, that would remove the need of you having to use um, two capture cards, because this one would simplify that. But it all depends. Um, it's kind of hard for me to tell you the direction of that. If it was me, I honestly would go with an ATEM so I can free up the weight on the computer with handling both of those capture cards. That's me personally, what I would do. Spotlight Deliverance. AJ, you have shown Pro Presenter, but how can I change the TVs in the sanctuary on Worship Extreme Presenters to just show just in-house slides and have the TVs downstairs show the live stream? Well, that is a very complicated answer with a very simple answer. It's a complicated question with a very simple answer. Now, all you have to do is two things. Is you just have to split that feed. So, for example, I did this at Signs and Wonders when the flow showed that doing the stuff doesn't work for that. So, like, if I come over here and let's design this real quick. We got our ATEM, not A10, ATEM. We have our computer here. And I'm assuming if you're using the free version, will still work with the free version. So I'll say this is presenter. And then we need the little telly. So I'm just gonna do two of these. So say this is the sanctuary. And this is gonna be the overflow. And in this setup, I am going to add an HDMI splitter. All right, so how this is going to work, the output from Presenter, your presentation software, needs to go to the splitter. And then that goes to the ATEM, right? So now whatever's coming from Presenter, your scripture and lyrics, full screen, will come to the ATEM, and that goes out to the interwebs if you're doing it that way, because I think you're using OBS with this. So it's the same concept. So that's going to go out there, and that's going to get whatever. So if we have a camera, all this other fun stuff in here, we can do this. So you can now pick between your camera or your presenter feed. That's how that will work. And then the HDMI output comes out here to your TV and the overflow. So now they see whatever. Now, if you only want to see presenter, this is how I did this at Signs and Wonders as well. This HDMI splitter, we run that directly to the TVs. So now the TVs will only have the option of getting what's from presenter. This won't be here at all, because originally how this works is this is actually in the opposite. I think you have it where we set it up. We have presenter going directly to the ATEM, and the output from the HDMI splitter, let's spit this out this way, goes to the TVs like this, and the output from the ATEM is the input for the HDMI splitter. That's how that works. That's why in this way, whatever the ATEM sees is going to all of the monitors. If you want to split that, all we're going to do is just change the order of how we have this. Say, let's actually do it this way, because there's probably a splitter. There is a splitter there that we put there. So the output from the ATEM goes to your splitter. And then, why did I do that? Try to change this color. And then that splitter output feeds the TVs all over the building. But in this setup, we're going to have the presenter output go to a splitter, which is only going to be the output of presenter, which is now the only thing available to the TVs in the sanctuary. And then that splitter connects to the ATEM. So now the ATEM still will see the exact same thing. We just did a bypass in the middle. Hopefully that makes sense for you. And just like the same way, and you said the Thor is downstairs. I had to remember that. It's the same thing. So in this scenario, this is the Thor. Same concept is exactly the same. We just need to put a split in here, and this feeds directly to the TVs in the front instead of here. So I think we did a SDI splitter to those that goes there or something like that. You just need to interrupt that feed and whatever is connecting the two TVs there. So if you have something like this, there's something that's sending that signal. I think there's a splitter there, a SDI splitter or something there. You just need to send, instead of the signal coming from the ATEM, it needs to go, the input needs to be from the presenter TV, presenter computer first. Then that's what goes to the two TVs. And then that third output still goes to the ATEM. So this is all they're ever going to see. And it won't let me change the color of this. But anyway, whatever comes out of here, let's do some dotted lines to make it simple. That's what comes out of here. That's the same thing that's going to go here and here. And this output is also going into the ATEM, but they have the mix of whatever comes out. So hopefully that makes sense for you. What blemish are you speaking of, Mike? MA16v3. More physical distance between you and that green screen eliminates the green halo. Requires a little bit more lighting. Yeah, and this was just me throwing up because my lights are very close. So if I had this back, yes, that is correct. If you're talking about that blemish, it's probably this light that's right there because you can see it on my glasses right here where it's coming from. Rich Raider 42. Making it break up. Hey, that's what we're here for. Francisco, hey, good morning. See, it did make people laugh. Yay. Reverend Richard. Is it normal for a PTZ output to go to a black screen and no longer give an output while still being able to see an image on the online interface? How often has this happened? Honestly, that happened this morning. This camera, the camera right back here did that because I was trying to play around with the configuration. So what was happening is I hooked up an SDI cable to put it on the floor to run over here, and it's actually going to this converter right here, if you can see. It is tracking me or whatever. It looked like it's tracking the computer monitor instead of me. But it did that because the HDMI out on that supports 4K, which I still had the camera set to, and it scales it down before it hits here. But the SDI does not. So it was giving me a black screen for a minute until I changed the resolution. And I could always still see the interface. So it looks like it's something with the output that's causing that. At least that has been my experience. Daniel was saying, you like the new bundle. Thank you, sir. I've been watching. I was like, I haven't seen you use it yet. But yes, there is another book. We are working on it. I might need to update the graphics of it because it was kind of old. Where is it at? I'm trying to find it. Man, I know I got it here somewhere because I had somebody design it for me. I'm going to be real disappointed. Well, I don't want to say I'll be disappointed, but I was working on maybe wanting to update it because the first book was called Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. The second one is called Modern Media Ministry is Now Necessary. I need to find it. I might have to just... Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's out here somewhere. E-commerce. Man, it's in my file somewhere. I need to find it. Or we're just going to have to go back to the drawing board and do a new book cover for it. I thought I have it. hold on. I know I have it on Photoshop. So again, okay, Photoshop beta. Why did that open up? Anyway, I'm waiting for Photoshop to open up so I can show you what I have on there. But while we're doing that, that ain't it. I'm really bothered by the fact I don't know where that is. Wow. Anyway, we'll find it. You are welcome. Lady Philip Hall, for now, the at key is on a different button, supposed to be for button 2. That sounds like you've changed the layout, the type of keyboard that you're using. If you go to, let me see. If you type in under settings and go to, and then type in keyboard, let me try and crop some of this because I don't want everything to show on my screen. If you type in then language and region, this is where you can actually change some of those keyboard settings, typing and stuff like that. It looks like a different keyboard has been set. You need to just go through there and adjust that. Not the language, it's the keyboard one. Oh, and I'm clicking on the wrong thing, but it's under keyboard. I don't want to show it everything because it shows my email, and I think some people have exploited that because I've had a surge in nonsense emails coming to me, and that is annoying. Yeah, it's under time and language, and then it's a section called typing. That's where you can change that stuff, advanced keyboard settings and all this other stuff like that. That's where hopefully that will get the alignment, the layout for you. Irma, yeah? Do you have a listing of all your publications available for viewing? I am learning so much from you and I want more. Honestly, everything is there on YouTube for the most part, and I try and sort them out. I need to go back and categorize some stuff more. Just because some stuff has changed so much. So right now, if you just look me up on Amazon, that's where mainly you'll find. I only got one book right now, and actually, I should have looked at that there. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna go to Kindle self-publishing. There it is. There's the image of the book. So that is the next one. I need to find where that image is. Modern Media Ministry is now necessary. That is the one that we're working on. And like I said, it's going to be a hardcover book and stuff like that. See, that was the canceled one that I had to wait for some time. I got to come back and do that. Once I put that up, then that will be a place where you can do it. All my stuff is through Kindle. Make it easy for self-publishing because I don't want to go through all of that other stuff with different people like that. Franklin from Portugal. Hello, hello. Spotlight Deliverance. Okay, you have the pro version. Same thing will work. If you have multiple outputs, then Presenter won't let you do, well, let me take that back. You can still do the same thing. If you have multiple outputs on that system that's running Presenter, you would just you would make another monitor, make that output go directly to those TVs, and that would be the same thing, and a splitter would not be needed. But that layout is still exactly the same thing. Any tips on troubleshooting sound glitch, echo, and sound not syncing during the live stream? Set up a soundboard to ATEM Mini, OBS to Subsplash. All right, so if you're having a sync issue, and because of your layout, it is the system that's running OBS that is the problem. If you're getting an echo, the other thing with that is most likely it's your audio is being duplicated, and we've gone over that a couple of times here, but this is how I normally set this up to avoid this myself. So let me turn off the screen sharing here. So when you come into OBS, if you have not done this, please do this because this helps you get rid of the echo. go to your audio, and right now disable your desktop audio and disable your mic audio, because these are universal or global audio sources. So like if I turn this on and if I do default and I change this, hopefully it won't backlash on you, and I do default here, see now it is duplicating everything. So right now, no matter what, my audio would be coming in here twice. So if I turned on my capture card, and I don't know if the ATEM is going to work with, since I have ProPresenter open. So if I was doing this right now, it would be duplicating my audio twice. And that's what's causing the echo. The way I like to set this up, if you're using OBS, bring your audio and you control the audio yourself. So like, let me go, since Pastor Daniel was talking about, we'll go to the OBS Complete Bundle number 3. See in here, I'm capturing audio. This is for the Mac, if you were doing that. And actually, that doesn't even need to be here. And for the live, as you can see, I only bring in audio here. This is for Mac only. And I don't need to duplicate everything. If I still had this global on, it would duplicate my audio multiple times, which is the problem. First, getting rid of the duplicate audio, turn that stuff off. Only bring in audio for your scene where you need it to be. Turn off global audio. Now, for the other part, if you're saying that it's lagging, that is because your computer cannot keep up with the audio and video syncing. That's what that is. What are the specs of the computer? What's the processor that you're using? Do you have a graphics card inside of that? You need more horsepower for that. Any syncing issue is because the computer cannot keep up with the encoding. That's what that normally means when stuff is out of sync. Broke Citizen. Hey, AJ, have you ever used the time code for recording like HyperDex? Yes, I actually use that all the time with, can I bring this up here? All right, no, that won't work. Hold on. Let me switch to this camera. And that's actually the system. I meant to talk about that, and I didn't even mention it. But under here, I use the HyperDeck when I'm doing all my recordings, and I have it synced that way. That's how I normally do my stuff. So yes, actually I do. Chad, hello. Where do you sign up to volunteer when you're in the area? Actually, I had a church. I'm waiting to hear back from them to be in Florida. I'm going to be in Florida for a vacation next month at the end, right after Thanksgiving, going on a cruise. But for that, just go to AJaytheCEO.com and then go to volunteer, and it is right there. That's where you can fill that out. And I do have a couple of people have filled out for Gloucester. That is the next project that I'm going to be installing. And then there's another install here in Richmond. I'm waiting for them to pay me for me to order everything, and I'll send that stuff out. Bigger stuff when we go into other states, for everybody who's been filling that out, that's what I will work to contact y'all as well. Spot Deliverance, you are welcome. On QQ, I recently started live streaming for a church, my family's church, using my own equipment, the A73 Sony, the U-Ray coder, HEVC wireless encoder, and the stream is amazing, but I can't always be there. What do you think will be the simplest setup for a non-tech savvy church to use on their own? The ATEM Mini Extreme, and you set it up to where all they have to do is hit the on-air button. That's where I personally been doing with a lot of churches that I've been doing the installs, and they're not quote-unquote tech savvy. I have it all set up. And if they, especially if you can get them to also do Restream, once that you link everything, they just have to hit on air. They don't have to go to Facebook. They don't have to go to YouTube and set up a live stream, none of that stuff. The Restream API does all of that. That would be the easiest thing for me. Naomi, hey, AJ, is there a way to make a sound input on the ATEM mono? I believe it is. Let's see. If we go over here, let me see. Let's go to the gear, go to audio. I thought there was. Well, if you really want to do it mono, You could just shift it over to one channel, but that's not officially mono like that. So I don't know if there's. I thought there was. Maybe that was in the older version. So I'm not sure of a way to do it directly like that. Um, that is a good question though. I don't know. I think you stumped me on that one. I mean, I guess you. I don't know. I mean, because if you come in here, you could split the channels. So, like, if I came in here and split my audio here, it comes out to do separate ones, and then you could just send nothing but the left. But I don't know if that would give you that same type of result. I have to play with that one, though, Amy. I'm not 100% sure. Adrian, hey AJ, what do you recommend? What do you recommend to have two HDMI outputs? I want to display our church service pic on a monitor in our church kitchen, but I don't want to show on our sanctuary monitors. Well, what's your equipment that you're using? That will determine how to answer that. Hey, you are welcome. Let me take a little drink break. And that's what I forgot to mention, folks. Much in a rush to help y'all out. I want to use this platform to help shout out folks, y'all. Y'all are doing a lot of great work. And please, I haven't gotten any emails. And I'm honestly going to say I am begging for this because I want to change this up and not just be me answering questions. I want to use this to highlight y'all. So I would love for y'all to send me pictures of your team so I can shout y'all's ministry out wherever y'all are on the face of the planet. Just send me an email at questions@ajhomes.com. Make the subject my media team. Send me a picture of your team and, give me the name of your ministry and all this other good stuff so I can shout y'all out. Also, I can't do this by myself. I've been struggling to do this, and I want to change the direction of what we're doing a little bit more. And I want to feature it because some of y'all, I don't know everything, but some of y'all are doing great things that I am not aware of. And I want to give you also a platform to share that stuff. So this is where I am requesting viewer stories from y'all. Send me an email at info@ajhomes.com. Make the subject viewer stories. And hey, give me 2 minutes. I would say I need to change this to maybe 3 minutes. I don't want to go too long, but send me some stuff that you're proud of, what you're doing. Did you do a new setup? Did you transform your media? Are you doing something great in the community for us to share with everybody? Send that video to me and make sure there's no music in the background, clear audio as well, because I don't want to get hit for anything like that. Send that to me, and that way I can feature y'all, folks, because, again, this is meant to be a platform for all of us so that we can learn from each other. I can try and help as much as I can, but guess what? I learn from y'all as much as you learn from me. And I want to get a shout out and be able to do that stuff for y'all. And we just hit 59,000 subscribers, folks. I am super duper excited about that. And I guess I should have been prepared to bring that up here. Give me a half a second to do that. Live subscriber count. All right, so I am super excited. We're at 59,012, and we got a little bit more ways to go. But once we hit 60,000, we're going to do our $2,000 live streaming giveaway. This is a PTZ camera, joystick, A10 mini, I think a monitor, and some cables and some stuff like that. We may be able to throw in some more stuff. It all depends on what is currently available at the time when we get this. But a link is in the description below if you want to enter that, or it's right here. Honestly, it's easier just to get the link in the description. This is my way of giving back because, again, rant time. I am tired of us churches talking about all this other stuff. I was the one that was sitting in church meetings and everybody always would talk about, let's raise money. Let's do a car wash. Let's do a bake sale. And I'm just like, why do I need to pay money to y'all to get a pie that needs to compensate for the ROI for everything it costs to make the pie, and then whatever is left over goes to the church to fund whatever we're doing, when I can just give you the money for that? This is, instead of talking about this is my way of being like, hey, we want to help more ministries get out there and share the message to people all over the world. And hey, I don't have everything. I'm not, clearing out hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly from YouTube and stuff like that. I'm excited about getting to that point. But hey, for right now, this is how I can help do something and make some type of change and actually putting some action to the word. So this is my way of giving back. We've done this for a few years, and I'm just really excited about kicking it up a notch to move everything forward. All right. I think that was enough stalling. Next one, we got Philip Paul. Hey, AJ, I had a problem just now when the picture-in-picture is on air and the preview is also on picture-in-picture. When I fade it correctly till finish, then it immediately goes off automatically. It's supposed to go off automatically. I'm not understanding the question. Do you want the picture-in-picture to always stay up? Because there's a tie button that you need to press if you want to do that. That will keep it up for that given shot. And the picture-in-picture should stay consistent. Not understanding your question. So my apologies. Brian Skinner. I think some people, etc., think it is okay to steal, even though the Bible of the 10 Commandments say not to steal. Yeah, I think some people are just completely oblivious to some of that stuff. They don't consider it that because it's so easy. Most people think theft is difficult. You got to have a mask. You got to do it in the stealth of night, and you're tiptoeing and stuff like that. Nah, it's very easy for you to do stuff digitally, but that commandment is still true. Don't steal. Back to Adrian. I am using vMix and the A10 Mini ISO. I have an HDMI connected to the Matrix to display the multiple monitors in the sanctuary in the kitchen combined. Well, the issue, if you have the A10 Mini, is it the Extreme ISO or is just the Mini Pro ISO? The Mini Pro, the problem is you're only going to have one HDMI. Well, let me take that back. If you're connected to vMix, what you could do is set the HDMI output to a specific, if you're connecting to vMix over USB, what you could do is have the USB be the full feed that goes to your live stream, and then have the HDMI out in here set to your output to whatever specific output that you only want to be fed, and then that HDMI output goes to the TVs in the other areas. That's how that would work. If you needed something more than that, that's when you would need to have the A10 Mini Extreme or the Extreme SDI that gives you 2, or the SDI gives you 4 specific addressable outputs. Got to raise fund to buy a new Raspberry Pi 5. Got yours yet? No, I have not touched any of those yet. So I think, yeah, there you go. I got that answer for you. That's what I think would work for you in that scenario. Man, it feels like so much time has gone by, but it's actually only been like an hour. Let's see. Thank y'all again. If I haven't said it, thank y'all for y'all consistently coming in and watching and stuff like that. I really, really appreciate that. O'Neill. Hey, AJ, great work, dude. Maybe super remedial, but can you walk me through how to set up a welcome video on a YouTube channel? What do you mean by a welcome video? The one that people just see first off when they come to your channel, or an actual welcome video with somebody saying, hey, welcome, blah, blah, blah? Because, I mean, I need to make a new one. Mine is very, very old. I actually took mine down. I need to make a new one. But which one is it? Let's see. We got a lot of things to work on. Like I said, now that we're getting close to the end of the year, I have 2 projects that I'm working on. We're going to be starting Rising Valley Baptist Church. That was the reason why I had that camera pointed back here. So this is that's the new system I got there, ATEM. All the other stuff is inside of the garage. The TVs and stuff like that are supposed to be delivered pretty soon. That's 6 TVs I'm installing there, 3 cameras, brand new system, all the other fun stuff. We're going to be doing that. That's in Gloucester, Virginia. We also have another install that's actually up the street from here, here in Richmond. That's the one I said I'm waiting for. And I have like 3 other churches. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. But my time is kind of getting condensed because right now, if I look at the calendar, I have next week. And some of y'all have said this, and I don't like talking about stuff like this. Unfortunately, I was going to say next week. I should be able to do it. I was going to say next week. I wasn't going to do the live stream because unfortunately, 2 days ago, my Uncle John actually passed from cancer. So his funeral is going to be on the 21st. And I was asked to do the music for the funeral. So I think I'll still be able to do that because my daughter's still going to be in school. I had to wait for her to get out of school and my girlfriend and them to get off of work and stuff like that before we head down to Lynchburg for that. But I'm looking at the calendar. I was like, why was I saying that? Anyway, because next week, I have all of next week, I'm going to be hopefully finishing up Abundant Life stuff. The 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th is what I have scheduled to be at Gloucester. Then the 27th, I am out of the country in Mexico for my best friend's birthday. Then we'll be back the 31st, the 30th through the 31st. Well, no, I get back on the 31st. And then we have that first week in November, second week in November, third week in November, and the fourth week up to the 23rd. That's all I have to work with because then the 24th through the 2nd of December, I'm out of the country again. And then when it comes to December, why does my calendar keep jumping out? When it comes to December, because I normally shut down, I have the first week, the second week of December, 4th through the 8th, and 11th through the 15th. That's all I got. So if I have any other churches that wanted to work with me or ones that know I'm still waiting, you got about a total of 6 weeks. If not, it's getting pushed back to next year. Francisco, I need to sit down with you, man, pluck your brain off of your conference that y'all did. I heard it was a great success. During our recent On a Mission for the Great Commission Conference, we had a portion of the conference where people were praying for Kenya and Maui Live. It was really cool. Awesome. And I don't know to do that. Okay, gotcha. Kent, do you have any thoughts on displaying voting results in vMix? I don't know how to use XML file, but Excel file could work. Yeah, I've dabbled with that. vMix has a way to display data through data sources. Now you're getting into what I used to do with my day job when I was doing SQL and all this other stuff like that. I need to do a sit down with that because that is going to be a very, very nerdy thing. And at least that's how I would display it right now. And I need to simplify that. But we're going to work on that. That's a good thing for me to work on. Also, just give you a heads up, I am close to finishing all of my stored procedures for my data extraction. So for the coders out there, Francisco and all this other stuff. So we got our Bible stuff here. We got our Bible URLs where I'm able to pull stuff for the Bible and pull stuff down and search online to get stuff. I have this huge recursive cursor that goes through and splits everything into this and that and all this other fun stuff. And the reason why I'm saying that is, where is it at? Bible Counts, Bible Raw. Is that it? I think that's it. So right now I am working on the NASB translation of the Bible, and we have the entire book. I have to write the whole thing out and convert it into XML format, but we have the entire Bible in that translation, and the code that I've been writing is able to take almost any version of the Bible for the most part and put it into an XML format. So we'll be adding some more Bible versions. And also, I didn't mention it. You mentioned it where's that image at? Do I have it on here? No, I don't. But anyway, y'all know that we came out with the OBS Complete Bundle version 3. And the addition of that version allows us to have multiple languages. So again, I am really looking forward to anyone who is fluent in any other language to help me out. And so that way we can actually produce other languages and make them available for other ministries so that they can actually help, kickstart their stuff or their live stream and all this other fun stuff. And while I was doing that, I was loading this. But yeah, so for this, we can support multiple languages, but I need your help if you're fluent in these languages. I thought an alarm went off, but I just need you to email me at questions@ajhomes.com and just say OBS translation. We can support any language, but I just need somebody to be able to translate it. It's not you writing code. It's literally you taking the text and translating it. Then I put it into video format, and now we have that other language available. As a thank you, that language, if you want it, or the OBS Complete Bundle version 3, you'll get it for free as a way of saying thank you to be able to do this. I just want to be able to translate it. I could use Google Translate, but I would rather somebody who is fluent in the language be able to translate it, so that way I know that it's right. But anyway, I really like that if you would be able to help with that. Back to O'Neill. A video viewer will see as soon as they land on our page. Okay, yeah, that is something. That is when you're designing your page, you need to go and set that. Let me see if I can do that, because I took mine down because I need to do an updated one. So when you're designing your page and you customize your page here, this is where you can set channel trailer for people who haven't seen it. You can pick it here, or like right here, I have this video set for returning subscribers. So again, I don't have anything. All you would really do is go into your customize, do add, and pick whatever video that you want. And that's what people who have never subscribed to your channel, they're going to see. This is the video. I need to make a new one of this. And that's really it. That's all you got to do for that. Let me see. Let me give him a big shout out. Well, not a big shout out like that, but trying to get a big picture of it so I can see. This is my Uncle John, who had passed. He had lost a lot of weight because of cancer and stuff like that. I remember every time when I used to see him when I was little, he always had a big stomach. So I used to always punch him in the stomach. And he was like, oh, I always remember that. So last few years, he was living with my mom and stuff like that in Lynchburg. So, yeah, he'll be missed. But again, thank y'all so much for all of that, the condolences and everything like that. So I really appreciate that. Oasis of Hope, Chicago. Hello, AJ. Have you worked with Dante with their adapters? No, I have not. I need to, because I've had a bunch of questions about it, but no, I personally have not. If Otis is on here, and he is, I just see him, Otis from Texas, he does. Pose a question to him, or if you haven't, get on that Facebook group. It's tons of people there that are using that. That's what the community is for us to help our knowledge. Doesn't care about your denomination. It cares about the knowledge that you share and us having the same mission of sharing the message of Jesus Christ throughout the world. That would be a good place. But again, I personally have not used them, so I am not familiar with that. And I have a mental note, Keith, I didn't forget. I'm going to get back to you. And right after this, I'm going to go in the email and respond back to that. You know what? I think I did. I did send it, but I think I didn't. For what I use FreshBooks for my invoicing, and sometimes when they send the email, it gets captured in spam, and I normally send it, but then I do a copy of that as well too. So I'm gonna go in there and do that. Anyway, Michael, hi AJ. A10 mini stream audio inputs are no more working. What might be the cause? Any idea how to resolve it? Thanks. Like, they're just not working at all. If you turn them on, you're not getting anything. I would first try and do a factory reset or do a update to the firmware. Hopefully that changes it. If you're not getting anything at all, one thing you could do is get some type of audio interface to send all your audio into one of your cameras so that it's coming over HDMI. That's one way around it. That's like a $20, $30 adapter. If the jacks are actually physically loose from the motherboard, unless you are good at micro soldering, which I used to do, but that was my military days. I am not good at that anymore. It's honestly easier for you to get something else, but I would test that first. Hey, AJ, does any MIDI controllers work with Presenter? Any thoughts on the Behringer MIDI controller? Because I noticed there's a MIDI controlling. I don't know. I have personally not used it, so I am not familiar with that. Y'all is funny. I'm fluent in sass. Rhonda, aren't you using Starlink? I think that was you. If not, I'm sorry if I picked the wrong person. I wanted to see how that was working. I need to do a review video with Starlink at my mom's house. I want to see if it's gotten fast enough for me to live stream, but we'll see. What is a good mobile setup for a Pentecostal church conference? Looking for an equipment list. I'm set for video, audio in question, including mixing. Thank you for the sub, Katrina. Katrina's worship. A good setup for. I honestly reached out to EcoFlow for some other stuff like that, but is it mainly just for your internet connection? If you're looking for equipment list, I'm set for video, audio. Audio is my question, including mixer. Well, how many channels do you need for that? And we got another one said they're fluent in Pig Latin. We sometimes have a bakeless bake sale. Horrible. I want the great food. Hi, Cruise. Mardi Gras? No. I am not a carnival person. I am Royal Caribbean all day long. I mean, even though I have been on Carnival, Royal Caribbean has spoiled me. Let me see. I don't want to show too much information. Let me see. There we go. So I'll show that part. So if anybody is following cruises, there we go right there. Look, we use the diamond level. We got 92 points. So we got a bunch of ways. I actually went on this cruise like already. This is the same cruise we went on the E-Missionary cruise. But hey, we're going back there. It's an easy one, taking some people who've never gone on a cruise before. So that's always fun for me. Nestor, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Quick question. How can I fix the echo on my Facebook Live? I am using a Bluetooth speaker and microphones. Most likely it's the microphone is picking up the speaker. How close are they to each other? You need to isolate them as best as possible. And I see your follow-up with that. Kent, thank you. What do you use for making your thumbnails? Also, do you use AI for making shorts or highlight videos? I have not started using AI for making shorts yet. Or highlight videos. I need to. But when I make my my thumbnails is something that I have developed over time. Sometimes I use Midjourney to make a custom image. Most of the time, it's the same type of flow that I normally do. I have a template that I follow that seems to go well with the stuff that I do. So in here, I have my template file here. YouTube template. And this is how I do all of my stuff. I have this outlay here. So when I do products, I have different stuff here. I have my backgrounds that I sometimes alternate here. My layers of text, that gives me my line. So when I do my podcast, I turn that on. And then there's this. And then I just edit my title in here. If I do products, if I do Q&A, there's my icon for that. If I do products, I'll put my products up under here so I can put my ideas right here, content ideas, my logos, which are all turned off. You know, I'll do stuff like this. Text is mainly where I put my stuff. So like when I did the behind the scenes, this is one that I was working on. So like if I want to do the ATEM one, I have another video where we're doing basics of like what is an ATEM switcher. And not what is an ATEM, but what is a video switcher? Because I get a lot of people that have sent me emails that they bought cameras, but they have no capture card, no nothing. So I wanted to just do a basics of videos of that when I'm doing images. And then there's Miss LaShanta for my volunteers. I normally put like a shadow behind some stuff if I do that. Camera product images. I normally do and play around with that. And then if you look at advertisements, the text is, the product is typically on the right, or I might have it backwards on the right and the text is on the left or something like that. I follow something like that, but I mainly use Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop for almost 20 years. So that's what I use. Sometimes I bounce between Canva. It all depends. Nestor, all right. Like I said, thank you so much. Just send me an email at questions@ajhomes.com. Just say translation, OBS complete bundle translation, or whatever I said for that. I'll send you some stuff. And it's really just a text file. I just need you to look through all the text, translate everything that is text of what it would be in Spanish or whatever language. I'll take that, put it in there, make it as a bundle, put it on the website, give you a free copy of it as a thank you. So again, I appreciate that. Chad, we're about to go on a Virgin Cruise. I went on a Virgin Cruise. It was good. It caught me off guard because they are very welcoming. Again, I'm not against it. They are just very welcoming of different persuasions and all this other stuff. The first thing when I get on a cruise, I don't want to see a guy with sequin cowboy boots, cut off sequin shorts, a sequin vest with his chest out, and a sequin cowboy hat twerking. That's not the first thing that I want to see when I get on a cruise. But I did like the fact that it was adults only. And then everything was already paid. So yeah, that was nice. But that was interesting. Rhonda was saying, I heard cruise prices are getting expensive. I don't know. I mean, mine, I've heard about that, especially if you get the newer ones. But I think like normally I get a balcony. I've always done balcony or ocean view, but then when I got balcony, I don't go back. But the balcony view on this last cruise I went on, that I'm going on, it was $1,000. Actually, no. Let me take that back. I think it was like, no, I'll say it's $1,000. And then for just an ocean view, it was like, and that was for two people. That was a total for two people. This one came out to, because it was for four people, and I think the total for all four of us was like, that was split across everybody. I think it was like $2,200. So I think that was actually very affordable based on this. Rhonda saying, yes, I'm using Starlink, working better than anything else. Would have fiber through Firefly in the next 2 months. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, my mom's been using it for over a year. And I don't get any complaints at all. And I can remote in. It just hasn't been consistent enough for me to live stream, but I haven't tried that in a while. No. I don't have any issues against sequins. I just don't want to be the first thing I see when I walk onto a ship is a dude twerking. That's the very first thing out. You walk up on the ship and it's a dude's butt right in your face. No, I'm not a fan of that. If you are, that's cool. I'm just not a fan of that. Oh, actually, and that's funny. It was actually a year ago today when we went. Let me see. I need to find. So it was Virgin Voyage has a red night. So this was me on the red night. Yay. I actually got that shirt upstairs. I might actually take that on this other cruise here. And then this was with my besties and her family and stuff like that. We all went on that one, so that was really cool. So the same one, we're going to be celebrating her birthday here pretty soon. So excited about that. Back to Rhonda. Mobile conference, we have full band and vocals, probably 16. If you wanted to, honestly, a digital mixer would be easier with a snake, and because then you can just have a Ethercon or a shielded Ethernet cable bridge that gap. You could just get a regular analog mixer, but then you have to pay for another snake or longer XLR cable, something like that. It all depends. I would go with like an Allen and Heath for that, for a traditional 16 or 20 channel, something like that. Or if you can, you can actually rent the X32 with the snake, and that could actually work for you as well too. But if it's a permanent solution, personally, I would probably go like when I did Jada's concert in the park, they actually had a rack mounted X32 like what I used to have, and they just brought that out. The actual venue had that. I actually had to help him with the audio because it was the audio guy's first day there. So I was helping him tweak the sound and run mixes and routing and stuff like that on the X32. So I thought that was funny. But I would do like a flight case with that, and then you can just carry it with you all the time. That's what I would think. El Gusto de las 12, and I know I didn't say 12 right in Spanish. What's your recommendation for a low-cost 4K PTZ NDI HDMI camera. Well, I think the Famaco right there, that's going for around, that's 4K and it has AI. That goes for around like $14.99, which is very good. And it's getting washed out because of all the stuff that I have here. So don't think that is reflective of how everything is. Let me see. White balance. Am I on the right camera? Yes, I am. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I had the exposure, but you know, I think this works very, very well, and it's a very affordable 4K camera. Um, yeah, there are other ones like the Tenveo, but what's your zoom? The Tenveo, that's the other video that I haven't finished. That's the one I'm actually putting in the baptismal pool at Abundant Life. That one is going for around like 700, I think. But again, that's only a 10x zoom. It all depends what you're looking for. I am not sure. I didn't get any messages. Anything was there. Yeah, I'm really excited because at this point, I've gone on like 22 cruises. So me going by myself is a vacation. I turn my brain off, but I am just like with the e-missionary cruise, I'm excited. The cruising thing is exciting for me because I can take people with me for them to see their cruising for the first time. So people that are going with me, this is a birthday / graduation type of gift. So everybody that's coming with me, first off, and this is the second time third time I've actually gone on a group cruise, which I'm really excited about having more people with me. But out of the group, I'm the only person who's ever gone on one. So I'm really excited about that. I actually got everybody some shirts and all this other stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. But everybody, I got them these shirts that are going first cruise, stuff like that. And then mine is, because this ain't my first cruise, I just have one that says cruise mode on. That's me. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully they enjoy cruising, because if you don't enjoy cruising, we can't be cool anymore. Thank you for getting the custom built computer to me so quickly. When will you have part 2 video on the OC Go stream? When I have some free time, to be quite honest. Hopefully, maybe the first part of next week. I mean, I have it recorded already, but it just, every time I tried to do the video, something happened. So I might actually just do it live and go from there. So that's what I'm thinking. Rhonda, I haven't tried live streaming with Starlink. I agree with the consistency, 20 to 80 download and 8 to 16 upload. That's a lot better than what it used to be. Let's actually see. I have Unify at my mom's stuff, and I want to see what hers is testing. This is the one that's on Starlink. Let's see. All right. So as you can see, Starlink internet right there. I want to see what a speed test on here is going to be. And if that speed is correct and that's consistent, that may be a lot better. So a download 130, that's great. 20 upload, that is more than, see, that fluctuated. If I do an ATEM and do low streaming, that's possible. So I might have to test that out again. That's all through Starlink. So I am excited about that. And she's happy with that. Y'all, it's funny. Let me see. Jesse, hello. Philip Paul, I am not familiar with that. This is one of the ones I was thinking probably send that over to the Facebook group. I think that would be best. All right, folks, I am been meaning to go longer with these, but we do have a lot of stuff going on. But I appreciate all of what y'all are doing. Thank you for Thank you for your support. That's what I've been meaning to say. But we have some people who have been supporting me on Patreon and YouTube. I want to give them a big shout out because I can't do this without them and their support. And those people are here. Now, please remember, I did not update this morning. I have 2 or 3 more folks on here. So again, my apologies for their names not being on here. But if you like what we're doing here, you can get started on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Just go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. Or if you want to become a YouTube member, you just got to click the join button down below and you can get started on whatever level that's there. We make some other stuff available. We're posting more videos there that have no comments. No advertising. Anytime anybody is supporting me, no matter what the level is, their names are entered multiple times in our giveaways. That is my way of saying thank you to them to continue doing that. At the higher tiers on Patreon, because I can't do it on YouTube, they get discounts where they can have a free consultation with me every month as long as they maintain that e-missionary tier. We got discount codes for getting anything from my website and all this other fun stuff. And we're doing more stuff, but we're looking to bring on more people as well, too. So, again, thank you so much for your continued support. Some people have been supporting me for 3 years, like Mr. Clarence and stuff, and I really, 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 really appreciate that. So I think that's about it. Wait a minute. Can I get your email address one more time? Sure. That email, send it at questions@ajhomes.com. That is all you need to do. And this is for the translations and all this other stuff. And thankfully, the translations should not take very long. I just got to render them, package everything up, put it on the website, and that's about it. So, again, thank you so much for everything that y'all are doing, folks. I really mean it. I think my girlfriend was quoting me because I say it so often, but I really do mean it. I appreciate what you're doing. I know I'm not at your church. I appreciate the fact that you have the desire to do the same thing that I'm doing. We're called to do this, and it is very beneficial. I am not going to get into the news. I'm not going to talk about that, but what we're doing is needed. It is needed more than you realize it is. So as much as I can do to help you become proficient in reaching and impacting the amount of people that you are assigned to reach, that's what I hope to do. And I want to just thank you for everything that you're doing. I understand you're putting your own money, your own time, your sleepless nights in understanding this stuff. I really appreciate that. I hope what I do, the little bit that I do, helps make your journey a little bit easier and hopefully remove some frustration, and at least that you know, and build a community to know that we're all working together and you have like-minded people that you can bounce questions off, and you're not going to get criticized and say, that's stupid, why are you doing that? Well, how we used to do it was good. Why are you doing something new? Because it says put new wine in new wineskins, not new wine in old wineskins. We got to change. Do a new thing. We are to do a new thing. And it also says, go ye therefore, not sit ye therefore. So what you're doing, if y'all are not sending missionaries out, this is the e-missionary ministry. We're going out digitally and sharing our message throughout the whole world. So just thank y'all again. And no matter where you are, I hope you have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is. And we'll be talking to y'all on the next video. Please make sure you share that. Don't use this. I don't have the rights to this. Please share that because, man, I'm getting tired of seeing people with that stuff. Anyway, folks, we'll talk to y'all later.